5 options for the 5th season. Gabagool, the realest foggers in the room. Bada bing, bada boom. Tony Soprano's depressed, and let's do it for your Zoom call. You ready?
Aye.
You ready, Tony? You ready, Tony? Deaths, fantastic, great, good, bad, awful. Could there be a lot in awful? Could there be a lot in fantastic? We'll have to wait and see.
I don't know if I really agree with this list, though. There's a big gap between good and bad, and to me, there should be something plugged in between.
I agree. There is a big gap between good and bad. But you know what? I want to cut the mustard. All right, who cuts it? Let's see. I'm not having any room for average and all that malarkey. I want, if you're either good or you're shite. You know what I mean?
Did you create these 5 tiers?
I did. No one else had the IQ capable of whipping out these 3-digit words. All right. So we're going to go from left to right, and we're going to start with Adriana. Well, I was going to say bit the bullet, bit the dust, dead.
Aye, wiped out by none other than Silvio. And yeah, I mean, she got what she deserved really in the end. When you rat, you end up in the sewers.
Yeah, I don't know if she ended up in the sewers. She's definitely buried. She won't be found, but I'd be lying if I said she was anything better than good, so I'm going to say good.
I mean, good's fair enough, but I'm pretty sure... well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, good, I think.
It's just not consistent. We're basing it solely off season 5. It's just not consistent enough. Some really good scenes in there with Christopher and, you know, the end, but I mean, like, she's missing like half the episodes at least. I mean, I'm putting her good. Up next, we've got AJ Soprano. This guy just doesn't age. You actually think he de-ages.
I've just never been a big fan of AJ Soprano. It doesn't really do anything for me. I've had the whole...
No, I think you're right, though. I think the problem is, like, when season 1 began, he was this fat wee bastard who was about 10 years old. Now in season 5, he's supposed to be like 16, 17, but he hasn't grown up. I'm not saying people grow up, but well, they do grow up, but do you not feel like the show would have actually benefited if we actually seen AJ, like, grow up into a man? It feels like he's a man living in a child's body. It doesn't feel right. I feel like actually seeing AJ, I think the actor hasn't grown. Maybe in season 1 they thought this actor was actually going to grow up. He doesn't look like Tony Soprano's kid.
I just feel like they're repeating the same thing with AJ in like season 4 and 5 as they did with Mido in the opening season. You know, it's like the whole kind of rebellious teenager thing.
Yeah, but do you understand my point? Like, the guy doesn't look big enough to be Tony Soprano's son.
No, or masculine enough.
Aye, I'm supposed to get a vasectomy and this is my male heir. Exactly, Tony, I agree, but I'm going to put him bad. I like AJ, I think he can be funny, but I think this is one of his worst seasons so far.
Unfortunately, didn't really do it for me.
Up next, we have got Big Sal's wife. Honestly, the only scenes that she was in this episode, this season, were the ones with Big Phil Leotardo. I'm going to put her bottom of bad. Does nothing for me.
Nothing for you? Yeah, for me, nothing for me, you know.
Have you got a big cheeser talking about Big Sal's wife? No,
definitely not.
Big cheesers out the window. I mean, a guy that relates with us with being out of money is Artie Bucco, and I don't know though. Artie's never had a flag save him.
No, you know what, man?
Tends to be Tony Soprano.
I like Artie, but man, I'd be lying if I said he'd done something good this season.
Well, you're gonna put him bad.
What's he? Well, no, there should be a category in between.
No, my friend. All right, we are the Tony Soprano fucking crime family here. You know, there's no ifs or buts. It's fucking good or bad.
I just refuse to believe that when you made this list, you thought that was a good idea.
I thought it was a good idea.
I maybe thought it was a bad idea.
You know what? We wouldn't be debating this. We would just be, we'll stick him in average. This is actually causing debate and causing friction for a good, entertaining video.
Wasting time. Yeah.
I'm going to put Artie behind Adriana. Every time Artie's on screen, I pay attention.
Yeah, but he just wasn't on screen enough, was he?
He probably wasn't. Right, up next we've got Georgie, this guy.
Although at least there was no dumb here, I gave some French guy 50k. I mean...
Nope, there was not. But up next we've got Georgie. Tony beats this guy up every season. I'll put him behind his son.
Georgie needs to get a new job.
He does need to get a new job. Up next we've got Benny. This guy's in Tulsa King. I mean, he's just a part of the crew, but he does nothing, man. I'm going to put him in front of Georgie. Up next, we've got Bobby. Again, not really the greatest season for Bobby.
Bobby!
Where would you put Bobby?
Probably his weakest season so far. Doesn't really do much, does he? Apart from being married to Tony's sister.
He definitely does not. So where are you putting him then?
Probably bad because there's no in between. So
Hey, are you gonna fucking stop greeting it? But there's no in between, good or bad. Are you actually going to offer something to the video?
no, but the problem is there's a lot of people I think that weren't good but weren't bad, and now I'm forced to put them into...
that's the purpose. That's what I went for. That's the dynamic I went for, right?
What dynamic?
As Phil Leotardo said, I wanted mozzarella, but I went with grilled cheese on the radiator because I was inside. I did 20 fucking years. Parmesan. I'm going to put him...
Just because you can only name one cheese,
I'll put him bottom of good. I'm not putting... You thought there was 4 types of cheese, mate. Turns out there's over 1,000.
Well, there you go. That's me told.
Talking of a guy that knows his cheese, Tony Soprano's up next.
Fantastic. Tony's always going to be in the fantastic category. It is what it is.
His name was Tippy. Up next, we got Carmela Soprano. I think her best season was probably season 4, but I still think it was good.
I'll stick her in good.
I'll put her in front of Adriana.
Seems to be coming around.
Coming around. Right, up next we've got Carmine Jr. This guy's a bit of a windy liquor, but...
Yeah, it doesn't do it for me. I mean, I'd personally put him bad, but again, I mean, you might want to stick him bottom of good.
I'm actually going to stick him bottom of good. I think he's quite funny. This guy... Well, I never rated Carmine, honestly. He died of a stroke. I'm going to put him in awful. It's just... He died with chicken salad in his mouth. He said a Don never wears shorts. Well, I don't think a Don dies taking a stroke while eating chicken salad. How about that?
No. Chicken salad's not a Dawn kind of meal, is it?
No, it's definitely not.
He should have died like caviar or something in his mouth.
Caviar. Anyway, we've got Artie's wife up next. I'm going to put her bottom of bad. Honestly, did nothing. Did nothing. Up next, we've got Christopher.
I thought they were divorced.
My ex-wife then. I don't know. I didn't get the papers in the mail, alright, my friend. But Christopher Moltisanti got the drugs in the mail. He was clean this season. It's just a little HT. I'm going to put him in great. Christopher is great. I like Chris.
No, I agree, but I don't think it's his best season.
No. Up next, we've got Junior.
His weakest season so
Junior
far.
has fucking went absolutely off the rails.
Yeah, they've wasted Junior. I mean, I'd put him somewhere in good because I think he's had... I mean, he did have some funny conversations with Tony, like, but it's not any high. It's not high and good, like it's...
No, it's really not. Right, up next, right, see these two. I'm going to put them in awful. I could not give a shit about them in the slightest. I mean, that is Tony's cousin, and this is AJ's girlfriend, who you see like once. Up next, we've got the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist, again, does nothing. Takes up fucking screen time. Awful. Up next, we've got the FBI agent. Agent Harris. He's actually in quite a bit, but again, I'll put him in bad. I'll put him behind Georgie. Georgie would like this guy behind him. Up next, we've got... Well, she's not even in this season, so that doesn't work for me. Up next, we've got Father Phil. Is it Father Phil?
Father somebody.
I was going to call him Father Cartry, but that's definitely the wrong show. He appears, man. He's a fucking priest. They're all awful, aren't they, man?
Yeah.
They all touch kids. Up next, we get Feach.
Can you stop saying up next, please?
What would you say?
Moving on.
Oh, sorry. Right, moving on, we've got Feach. Feach LaManna. Was he the man?
I liked him. I'd put him in good. Like I think Feach was, but again, he wasn't in much. So
I'll put him in front of Junior. I think he got done dirty, man.
He did. Tony should apologise. Bailing it.
People would go, it was the right thing to... I think putting a bullet in him was more humane.
Well.
If you've got a beef with someone, at least have the fucking balls to put a bullet in them. Not put them back to jail.
I don't think he deserved a bullet in him either. Like,
yeah, but
I think saying no, that's not right. Saying it's either you put them back to jail or put a bullet in them is kind of like saying it's either good or bad. There's got to be somewhere in between. Do you know what I mean? Get what I'm saying?
But my point, I think it's just more respect.
You get my point?
Yeah, I do, but I think it's more respectful in this line of work to put a bullet in someone than ram like 25 years on a guy that's already 80.
Oh, maybe Feach liked it, just time inside, I don't know.
Not bombing everyone.
Retirement home.
Right, up next we've got Finn DeTrulio. His arch nemesis is Big Feto.
I mean, I like Finn, but I mean, I don't... See, I don't...
Would he be in between good and bad?
Yeah, pretty much, aye.
Alright, I'll put him in good. I don't mind the wee man. Right, up next we've got... I'm going to put this guy bottom of bad. He does nothing for me. I mean, you don't rate Silvio, so you probably don't rate his wife, so where's she going?
Fuck, I didn't know Silvio had a wife. How many scenes is she in?
Not many.
What's her purpose? Never seen her before.
It's his wife.
Then never knew she existed.
Nah, you've seen her before.
And I ain't seen this
Right,
person.
I'll put her down here. Actually, in front of her, because she's.
Does she ever go out to meals? Does she ever get invited to the Sopranos house?
Yeah. Maybe need to open your eyes, mate. Up next, we got Eugene.
Maybe she's just some random one. I never knew it was Silvio's wife.
Eugene doesn't do it for me. I'm going to put him in there.
Oh, that's alright.
Up next, we got Jenny Sack.
Don't like her, but
she might tip her over.
You know what I mean? I almost got Ralph killed. Ralph.
Nah, that was last season, mate.
No, I know, but fuck, that's what she's most memorable.
Hold on. Almost got Ralph killed. It wasn't fucking her fault.
Or it was her fat ass, wasn't it?
Alright.
If she was skinny, Ralph wouldn't have made the joke.
True. Up next, we've got.
Hold on, what you on about? That's her only purpose in the show. They basically have Ralph make a joke about her.
She's Johnny Sack's wife.
Aye, and look at Johnny. Why is Johnny Sacks married to her?
I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't.
At least Johnny Sack follows the fucking code. Doesn't cheat on his wife.
I know, but like, it doesn't. I just like look at Tony, man. He's getting all these Russian whores and all this shit.
Well, Johnny Sack's an honourable man.
So was Ned Stark, but
right, fuck Ned Stark. Who would batter Ned Stark on this? Probably no one, actually.
No, Ned Daly.
Ned would. Right, up next we've got a lawyer again. I'll just put him in bad. Not doing much for me. Hesh, old Jewish Hesh. I feel like as the seasons go on, he's suffering the Soprano syndrome. The Junior Soprano syndrome.
He's just there, isn't he? Like for the odd scene.
I think he's funny as fuck, man, when he wants to be. But
these guys don't feel like main characters. They just feel like the occasional guy that pops in once in a while.
Right, up next we've got Carmela's father. I think it's the same problem. I think when this guy appears, he's good.
Aye, but he's just not there enough. Again, I'd say he's probably somewhere in the... Yeah, well, I mean... bad.
Yeah, there has to be. So what would you have rather? Would you rather good average than bad than no awful?
No, I would have just made 6.
Right, up next we've got the Rat Pack, man. This guy did nothing for me. I don't know why we've got Tony again, but here... Actually, maybe the first one we ranked was...
Tony?
Was the dog. His dog, Tippy, that they got put down. I guess Tony's good enough to have 2. Right, up next we've got Janice Soprano.
I don't mind Janice, but I don't think season 5 she was that good.
So it's bad then? Or is it somewhere in between?
It's up to you, man. I mean, I'd probably put her in bad. If you're putting...
put her behind.
If you're putting her father in bad, then I think she should be bad.
Up next we've got Jason. Awful.
Don't know who he is.
The guy got killed with that Lorraine woman. Up next we've got Dr. Melfi. Right. I'm sorry. It's just
should have been a 1-season thing in my eyes. See, when I first seen it, I actually thought it was just the opening for The Sopranos. I didn't realise that she was going to be a prominent... And I thought it was going to be a season 1 thing, and at the end, Tony's like, I don't need this fucking shit anymore.
Well, you've got to wait to season 6.
I had no idea that she was basically going to feature throughout the entire show. I think that's mad. But anyway, let's move on.
It's mad. Up next, we've got this guy who pretty much gave up the ghost on New York at the end of season 5. I'm not going to pretend he's a good character, so I'll put him down here. Up next, we got Joey Peeps, Tony B. Kelton. He's just there to get shot. I wouldn't say he's awful, but I wouldn't say he's good. Johnny Sack, up to top man this season. I like Johnny Sack. I'm actually going to put Johnny Sack top of good. I don't think he's quite great, but I think he's good.
I think he's worthy of the good category.
I think top of good, so you...
top of good works for me.
So, right, this is...
Awful, bought me awful. Just, yeah, don't understand.
Tony Soprano, head man. You know, I don't know why the line King's tune's blasting, but I tell you what, Tony Soprano thinking it's great and celebrating the fact that he was talking to some woman that his father used to sleep with like 35 years ago, it's just fucking weird to me.
I didn't get it. I know why I get it. It was just filler, wasn't it?
Silvio, did you know she slept with JFK?
You know, my dad got sloppy seconds.
And because they're scared of Tony, Polly and Silvio were fucking lapping this up.
I know, like fucking
pathetic. Up next, we've got the writer. I mean, I'll put him in fucking flyer him in there. Why not? Right, Bobby's kids. Tell you what, they did a really good job casting the son because he's fat as fuck like Bobby. But I don't like kids. Up next, we got. I mean, this guy Larry Boy. He appears like once a season. Honestly, man, this guy never did it for me. Awful. Up next, we got Little Polly. Polly's nephew. What do you make of him? You are now, sweetie.
Honestly, I can't really remember him. If I can't remember you didn't. You aren't that impactful.
That's true. Up next, we've got Lorraine. Where's Jason?
How fix the
She was a
book?
wee bit better than Jason put her there, but honestly, Carmela's mom, I fucking hate her.
Her father's done a pretty hard
No,
life.
see when like it was his birthday in the Marco Polo episode, and the well off Italians were there, and she was like embarrassed by Tony at his own fucking house.
I know, fucking wind your neck in. Tony make you sleep with the fishes.
But no, what pisses me off about that, you clearly see that like in that culture, it's like Tony can't say anything to her.
Aye.
Because it's his wife's mother. I'd pay money. But look at the way Tony buried his own mother. How great would it have been Tony just went, shut the fuck up, you.
Guess he can't do that to his wife's
And
mother.
slapped her in the fucking face with the sausages he had around his neck. Awful. I actually ain't worse than her.
Choke her out with.
Right, Meadow, done nothing.
Aye, I like Meadow, but just... What was her purpose apart from arguing with Finn?
Well, that's it. Like, absolutely nothing, man.
I'd put her behind Finn.
We're getting married. Brilliant. Where is Finn? Oh, he's up here.
Well, I wouldn't know. I mean, I'd put her in bad then. No.
I'll put her top of bad beside her brother.
I'd probably put her in between good and bad, but I mean...
Up next, we've got Kim. You're the only American at was, Tony B.
Oh.
I like this wee guy, but
Man, then he got barred, didn't he? So it's like...
I'll put him behind AJ.
Maybe he was wrong to trust them. Do you think there's a lot of decent people in bad here?
That's the line. That is the line you have to draw. You're either a made man or you're a bad man.
Well, let's move on to the next bad man then. Who we got?
You know his name.
Sorry to disappoint you.
You know what the funny thing is? I've completely forgot his fucking name.
Oh, he must be...
Patsy. Patsy, that's his name.
He shouldn't be in... He must be in one of the bottom two categories then.
He's in there. Right, this guy, AJ's friend. Fucking awful. Right, Polly. Where's Polly going?
Polly, no higher than good for me. I don't think Polly done much this season.
I'll put him bottom of good beside Phil.
I mean, I like Polly, but I mean, not really.
He's an arsehole, but he can be... Right, up next we've got Phil Leotardo, new to the show. Season 6 is best season, but I think it was a pretty good impact they made.
Made a nice wee debut there. I'm sure he's going to move up in the world.
I'll put him beside Johnny Sack. I like Phil. Right, up next we've got the picture of the horse and Tony. I mean, I don't know why this is being ranked, but I mean, Polly put it on his wall and Tony didn't find it too good, so...
No, I mean, Polly must have been looking at the financial aspect of it, like...
He must have been... I mean, honestly, I think it's a nice picture, so we'll put it in bad. Up next we've got this jobber, put her in there. Right, this guy. Bad. The FBI agent that's trying to flip Adriana, or in the process of flipping Adriana, I don't even know what the correct terminology is. Did nothing for me in there. Up next we've got Jackie April's mother, or Jackie April's wife. Rosalie. Bad.
Alright, bad, just like you're saying.
Alright, big man. Alright, Silvio. I do not understand anybody. I think Silvio comes out with decent lines, but you know what? I think there's a lot of people in this show that come out with decent lines.
There's probably people out there that say Silvio's my favourite character, and I'll just never understand that.
No. Yo, he's second in command in a TV show about the mob. This guy should be doing a hell of a lot better.
I just feel like all the other characters have had their own... Everyone else in Tony's crew's had their own, like, especially Chris, he's had the most. But even when you look at Polly, and you look at Big Sal, and then you look at even Furio. You know, Furio had his own story with Kurt. This guy's just not really done anything.
Was it too late to redeem him?
Well, I mean, no, you could give him a massive story in season 6, like, but
I'm going to put him bottom of bad. I think Silvio. I would never say he's awful, but he's not particularly great. Up next we get Fito. That big we can. You know, I think Fito had a good season. Big fat Fito. Put him beside up there. All right. Oh god, we have to scroll down so you know things are serious.
Dog.
Oh, I mean, I don't mind dogs. I'll put him in good. Up Tony B. I'm going to put Tony B in great. I'll put him in front of Chris. I think Tony B was a great addition to the season.
But not fantastic?
No, I think Fantastic's got to be reserved for like.
Tony.
I mean, I think there's potential for people to beat Tony, but I don't. I feel like the Tony B arc and character just got rushed. I feel like this guy could have survived for a lot longer than a season.
Yeah, shame they killed him off.
Up next, we got Tony's Haw this season. Made sure you get burnt to a crisp, and Tony basically went, I'm not seeing you anymore. So, unfortunate, but we'll put up aside Silvio. And then last, we've got the teacher that Carmela slept with.
To try and get AJ's grades up, apparently. Well, at least that's what he thought.
And where would you put him?
I'm giving him a low grade, I'm going to say.
Awful.
Aye.
Put him in there. Anyway, guys, that is The Sopranos wrapped up. We'll be back for season 6 sometime in the next millennium. Peace.